Hey everybody, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We're live.
So this was an exciting week for me. I got a new t-shirt.
A new t-shirt? Oh, nice.
Do you want to see it?
All right, yeah.
Here, hold my microphone.
Okay.
It says Bombay Beach, Salton Sea.
Oh, look at that.
Which is funny because aside from not really having good waves for surfing, the Salton Sea is full of selenium and toxic algae and other stuff that you probably wouldn't want to surf in.
And not always that much water either.
We went there that one time. It was interesting. The beach was littered with dead fish because the toxic algae blooms had killed all the fish. I think only tilapia can live there now anyway because it's hypersaline. Anyway.
Yes, yeah. Bombay Beach. Nice. The beach club there at Salton Sea.
So let's talk about the market at the beginning, because last week as things went on, things got a little silly. So I want to.
We wouldn't want to be silly.
I want to get the serious business out of the way first. So usually we would start off with, looking at some charts. Well, today when I was looking for stuff in the news, I came across this article. And I'm going to turn this skyline off, and no, not that. Turn this on here. I'm going to make us smaller. Okay, so I saw this headline, not that small. San Diego home sales fell for sixth straight month in January.
Oh my
God. Like bad news about the real estate market.
Terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Six months in a row? Really?
Right. Well, how's the market doing? Well, looks like not so good to start off with. Well, I was kind of confused because there has been a lot of activity this month that really things have picked up.
Yes.
So I started reading this article and I realized that it's only telling part of the story, as many stories in the news do. They're only talking about sold homes, which is pretty much telling the story of what happened in December, which was a slow month.
Yes.
So they're talking about, and I checked their numbers. I've got here, I went back to the San Diego Association of Realtors data that just came out, and my numbers were matching theirs, but there's a lot more to the story than what's going on in the story.
Yes.
So they're only talking about closed sales. They're not mentioning new homes that came on the market or what went pending, what went under contract. And another thing here, they say there were 886 homes sold in January. And I'm thinking, well, that's not very much. So I go back to my charts. That's just single family homes. And they do mention condos and townhomes here, but I feel like they should have said single family homes because, condos and townhomes, I think we can all agree that those are also homes.
Yes.
So not to nitpick, but anyway, my point is that when you're looking at the news, there's often more to the story than just the headline. So based on what's happening this month, I'm predicting that they're going to have a sensational headline next month about what do you think they're going to what are they going to say about sensational, stuff that happened in the market?
Oh, the home sales have rebounded.
And new listings too. So let's look at, so I made this slide for you to use in your market update you did this week.
Yes.
So this is the same numbers from that SDA chart that I was just looking at. Well, if you look at month over month here, it's telling a totally different story than that story in the news. So why don't you talk about that?
Well, yeah. So new listings between December and January are up 72%. But it's up from a very small number to a smaller number.
Yeah, you could certainly make a very sensational headline about that, and it is quite a dramatic change, but it's still super low.
Right, yeah, the news media next month will probably say that, the number of homes for sale jumped by 72%, in January. And, of course, they're going to tell you that closed sales fell for the sixth straight month in a row. Well, the number of homes for sale has also been going down, for several, not for that many months in a row, but for definitely many, many weeks in a row, the number of homes for sale is declining. So less new listings, less homes on the market, less sales. Yes. And also, so that article is what, looking at December?
So I think that is the information that was current as of February 5th, what we just looked at.
Oh.
So they're talking about closed sales, stuff that closed in January. Well, stuff that closed in January, that's stuff that went on the market and sold mostly in December. So,
which was one of the, very slow month.
Yeah, that was a slow month.
And not only was December slow. Well, slow. What do I mean by slow? like the week of Christmas, there were only 138 new listings in the entire county, which is extraordinarily low. So that's the other thing here. New listings in December were only 1,178 total new listings, and typically what we see, or what we have been seeing all through 2022, was at least 500 new listings a week. So that's definitely what's reflected here in January, is a quote unquote normal number of new listings versus December, which had a lot less. So naturally, closed sales would be down sharply.
You could also make a sensational headline about pending sales. They're up,
Yes.
25% month
Right.
over. I'm sure they'd round it up to 26% month over month pending sales. So.
But that's not interesting. Good news is not interesting. They like bad news sells.
Well, I think that next month it's going to be harder for them to come up with a sensational headline about how the market is slow.
So they're going to say that there's 75% more homes on the market or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can look at it in different ways, but anyway,
Yes.
my point is, there's lots of different parts of the story, and often the news doesn't tell the whole thing.
Well, and the other part of this story is, if you want to know what's going on in the San Diego real estate market, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right.
Because we are telling you what's going on in the market.
Homes.
All of the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
not just
Well, maybe not all the numbers. But
all of the important
all
metrics.
the important ones that most people would, yeah.
Yes, and how they relate to one another
Yes.
versus just telling you that home sales are down.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so that's what's
right.
happening in the market.
Okay. Are we ready to move on now?
I certainly am.
Okay. So now it's time to watch a cat video.
Okay.
No. This happened last week too.
How does your drink taste?
Hang on. Let me. Oh, okay.
Oh. All right. Well, get us out of the way there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is Bella. She is in a box full of wadded up paper.
Yes. Go Bella.
Oh, so cute, Bella.
Oh, look at that. She's really giving it to that piece of paper.
Bella loves it when you take a magazine and tear the pages out and toss the paper balls at her.
Yes.
Okay, well now this is looping. So we cleansed our palate from the business talk by watching a cat video.
Yes.
So let's move on to some other San Diego stuff. So
But I asked you about your drink.
Oh,
Can you discern any difference between this Manhattan and the one that I normally make?
did you make this one with rye?
I made this one with Bullet
Oh, okay.
bourbon.
Oh, that's not rye.
No, but it's
So you switched from Wild Turkey to Bullet.
I did.
Okay,
See, she knew it was different.
but not rye. I was wrong about the rye.
Well, it was a guess. You knew the bourbon was different.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, it's still good. I like it.
Well, I just decided to try Bullet instead of Wild Turkey.
Well, good job. Okay, so they've been working on this project on the Navy Pier for a while. Well, I don't know that they've worked on it a lot, but we've been hearing about it, and it sounds like they're moving further along with it. So the Coastal Commission has approved this Navy Pier conversion into Freedom Park. So you can see the picture here, but they're basically going to knock down this building here and build a park there.
And where exactly is this?
So this is the Midway right here.
Oh, of course. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to make this a little bigger here. So we've got the Midway, and then this is all going to become a public park. Yeah.
Remember when you could just walk out on that pier?
Mm-hmm.
And
So
I guess we will again.
they're calling this building they're going to demolish here a head house, which I had never heard of before. Have you ever heard that word, head house?
I know on a ship, a head is the bathroom.
Well, I don't know what this is, but they're going to tear it down.
Okay.
And so, okay, it's supposed to open in 2028. That's pretty soon, I guess. Sounds like they're going to have to fix up the pier some.
Yes.
So what they're going to build there is a park, some landscaping, enhanced paving, whatever that is. But I guess we'll see. Benches, play structures, memorials and monuments, coastal access. I would hope there's coastal access. Interpretive signage, restrooms, concessionaire, and parking.
What about a diving board?
A diving board?
That'd
I
be
don't
really-
know. Well,
can you dive into the bay.
Maybe we can ask Marnie from the city council to to put in a diving board for us.
I'm not going to dive into the bay.
Okay.
I don't want to get any of that water on me at all.
Probably
actually.
better than diving into the Salton Sea. But anyway.
Yeah, a little bit.
So this is supposed to be, so they're going to merge it with the park that's already there, and it's going to become the largest veterans park on the West Coast. And that seems fitting that we would have that in San Diego.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about something else from San Diego. This week, John and I went on a tour of SDSU.
Nice.
Because our son John is starting to look at colleges. He's a junior.
He's starting to look at college.
College. We went to one college.
A college.
Yeah, we're kind of narrowing it in here.
Yeah.
But we've got a kid who's getting ready for college, and I didn't know what's supposed to happen when, or how much it costs or anything. So the school organized this tour of SDSU, and we went there, and I really liked it, and John liked it too. So I don't know where John will go, but this is definitely a strong contender, SDSU.
Deva was very excited about SDSU. I'm thinking maybe she's going to want to go back to school or something.
I don't really want to go back to, I don't want to have to learn anything else and go to classes.
You just want to hang out
I just want to hang out there. And if John goes there, then, I'm thinking maybe I could do that.
Yeah, I want to go work out at the gym there.
Yeah. I looked. So they just finished. Well, I'll skip ahead here, but they just finished this Aztec Recreation Center there, and it was very impressive. It's a huge fitness center, and John was excited about it because he's a fitness buff, and he wanted to stop the tour and work out, but they wouldn't let us. So they've got cardio stuff, a turf zone. I'm not sure what's happening in the turf zone.
Oh, that's just for. Yeah, you can do, this guy's pulling a sled, that guy, these folks are flipping a tire, you can do jumps, turf zone.
And so, cardio, of course, there's like a little view up there, that's on the second floor. I guess I don't want to get too...
Oh, the TRX.
Group fitness. So when I was in there, they were having a swing dancing class, and they have several studios. They're about to do yoga and then... I think salsa dancing. So they have a couple different weight rooms there. Olympic Lifting North. Well, this is not, they don't really show you a lot of detail there, but you might recognize some of those machines. I don't know. Okay, let's see. 6 different courts. So they have a court for pretty much whatever kind of ball you want. Olympic Lifting South.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Olympic lifting is... it's impressive to watch people do that. I'm definitely not. I would say what the type of training that I'm into is closer to powerlifting than Olympic lifting. But
well, I guess whatever kind of lifting you wanted to do, you can do it there. And then they have this really cool rock wall, and unfortunately,
for people my age, Olympic lifting is a good way to wrench your back.
So they don't, unfortunately, their rock wall picture is broken, but it was a really cool, tall rock wall. So that was exciting. And they also have a bowling alley there.
Wow.
So I was kind of looking around, and Google had the best images, but it looks like a really cool bowling alley. And SDSU students can play 2 free games every day.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, that was kind of a relief to find a school option that everybody seemed to like and isn't crazy expensive and seemed like a fun place to go to school.
Yeah, I think, he seems very interested in it, and hard to believe that John is a college age young man, but there you go. One day you're changing diapers, the next day you're touring colleges.
Well, I would much rather tour colleges all day long.
Oh yeah, all day long, yeah, for sure. But, it has, I guess a lot of time has passed. It just doesn't feel that way. So anyway, good for John. So, okay, the mall in Escondido, North County Fair, it looks like it just got sold. So Westfield sold this mall to someone called Uniball Rodamco. Oh, wait, no, this is the seller. Uniball Rodamco Westfield, which is the parent company of Westfield, sold it to something called... Bridge Group Investments, LLC?
Yeah, so they say they're going to revitalize it. And I hope they can. I was there this week, and the mall was, it's kind of sad there now. There's a lot of stores closed, not a whole lot going on. They say one thing they're going to do is put a Costco in the old Sears building.
Okay.
So that might help.
That'll juice things up. Yeah, I remember, I used to work in malls when I was John's age, and till I was about 20, and that was the place to be.
Oh yeah, I would hang out in the
Yeah,
mall when
the
I was
mall.
a teenager. Well, not when I was an older teen, but probably like, 13, 14, 15, we would just,
Right.
go to the mall and hang out. But I don't think kids do that anymore.
No, it doesn't seem like it. And then, so I mean, fast forward to the early 2000s when we first moved to San Diego. Before we had kids, we used to go to the mall a lot just to check things
Yeah,
out.
like Horton Plaza, which no
Right.
longer exists.
Well, there was Horton Plaza, there was Fashion Valley, Mission Valley Center, Westfield, North County, and then the one over in UTC.
UTC, yeah.
And I would walk through these malls and marvel at the fact that there are 4 jewelry stores in here.
Yeah, who's buying all this jewelry
how
at the
the
mall?
how the hell do 4 jewelry stores stay in business? Because you walk into one of those jewelry stores, I mean, you can't touch anything for less than $700. Is like just a little dinky thing. So I used to wonder how they would stay in business, and so I think that shopping habits have obviously changed. People buy stuff online a lot, and then COVID just put everybody thinks that COVID killed this or that. I think a lot of this stuff was already on the way out, and
hastened the demise.
COVID just turned up the heat and made it happen faster
Yeah.
than it would have. But now apparently, what do you got here?
Yeah, so they're okay.
Steer Point Capital, based in Morgan Hill. The deal closed February 1st. Oh, Bridge Investment Group LLC and asset manager Steer Point Capital. Sounds like a bunch of stuffed shirts bought them all, and they're gonna try and make it happen again.
Well, they're putting in a Costco, so we'll see.
Right.
But so now it has a new name, which apparently is unlikely to be permanent, but we're supposed to call it now North County Mall. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep calling it North County Fair. I don't care if they change the name. It's like, Safari or that other name that you're supposed to call it. It's always just going to be the Wild Animal Park to me.
Right.
But,
Well, apparently Safari Park, there's several of those around the country. So
Safari parks?
Yeah, it's like a brand or something.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think so. Anyway,
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's great. That's like, if I need to go to a mall, I can't really think of why I would need to go to this mall other than if one of the teens wanted us to take them to a mall.
That's why I was at the mall
Right.
this week. Our teen daughter needed a new
Right.
outfit from Forever 21.
But
so
they have,
we went there.
we have a Target in Poway. We have a Costco right here in Carmel Mountain Ranch. And I'm not going to eat food at the mall. So I don't know.
Yeah. I go there for H&M and Forever 21, and that's pretty much it.
Right. And not for yourself, but for some, yeah.
Right,
So,
to take other folks who live in the house there.
but it's always interesting. I mean, we need these deals to happen. Honestly, I think what's going to happen with malls like this one, I believe this is probably an interim step. And I believe that at some point they're going to integrate residential homes into this mall, this shopping center.
That makes sense. It's a huge space, and
Right.
obviously we don't need that much space for retail. So
I think you're going to see a lot of that in the future. You're going to see a lot of along Carmel Mountain Road here where we live, all these giant retail spaces. They just can't. There's no way they can sustain themselves.
or even the medium size one, like the Boston Market has been gone for years and nothing
That's
ever
true.
happened
Yeah,
there.
Boston Market and Carmel Mountain Ranch has been empty for at least 5 years, if not longer. It's just empty.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sitting there. So yeah, I think, and one of the things that City of San Diego is doing in all of their wisdom, they have in Mira Mesa, they've already done this. They haven't done it here in Carmel Mountain yet, but it's coming. They've done a community plan update in Mira Mesa along Mira Mesa Boulevard, where you have all these same kind of things, giant retail spaces, medium retail spaces. They have updated the community plan in Mira Mesa to include up to 30,000 new residential units along Mira Mesa Boulevard, integrated into above or beside shopping. And I think the idea is they're going to create, walkable communities. And we'll see. Cramming 30,000 more people into Mira Mesa sounds insane to me. And it's not going to happen tomorrow. The community plan update is like for the next 30 years. So we'll see what happens. But it's the same thing's going to happen in Carmel Mountain Ranch, probably in Rancho Bernardo, where you have a lot of big retail. Anyway, it's an interesting thing, and I would bet you anything that Steerpoint Capital and Bridge Group Investments LLC is got this in the back of their head already.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, I remember about 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, probably more like 4 years ago now, as the community planning board chairman here in Carmel Mountain Ranch, I was approached by the people who own the Home Depot pad, where the pad that Home Depot sits on. They were asking me if I thought that the community would support integration of residential units into that. Anyway, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Coming soon to a retail pad near you, more residences.
So speaking of mall nostalgia, I was
look at this.
on YouTube here.
I love these.
Fashion Valley Mall in San Diego making big money in 1983.
Nice.
I'm going to play this, and I'm not sure whether, I think I have the desktop audio on. I don't know whether folks are going to be able to hear this or not, but also there are subtitles. So
I love these News 8 throwback videos. These are great.
let's see. Where do we?
I think you have to
There
push
is.
play.
Oh, I was worried about why the audio wasn't playing, but.
We may not hear the audio because I don't know if our speakers
Oh,
are.
that's true. Okay, yeah, we can't hear the.
Well, there's subtitles if the audio isn't.
Right. So this lady shopping
It
clothes.
doesn't appear the desktop audio is doing anything here.
Yeah, it's not moving. Well, that's fine. We'll work
Yeah,
on that next time, and we've got
read the
subtitles. Yeah,
subtitles,
read the
people.
subtitles. Here, I'll move.
Here, you know what? I can read the subtitles.
Oh, you wanna read this?
If
Okay.
I could be the news guy.
All right.
But that puts it up 3% for our first quarter, and to us, we feel that's an indication that the economy is
this
turning
team.
around. Yes, yes. Okay, so in 1983, the economy's turning around. This guy's trying on his
yeah.
members only jacket. Ooh, look, they're paying cash.
Oh my!
How weird.
Conventions were down, but centers are booked for the summer.
Yes.
There's a rack of stuff on sale for $3.99. I don't know. Did they say which mall this is? Oh, Fashion Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it says right there.
I think consumers have a great deal more confidence now that they may have had at this point last year or even last fall's confidence in the economy's confidence in the economy. What? I'm just reading.
Yeah.
That's
Look
look at that blouse she's wearing.
Yeah.
That's totally 83.
Mm-hmm.
List for sale. Dues 8. Fashion Valley. Nice.
Okay. All right. So the Super Bowl is this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a long-standing tradition of spending the Super Bowl with our friends Mac and Angela.
Yes.
And we started this back when our boys were, I think, in 3-year-old preschool, and
Very
now they're
small.
16. So, that's many years. And we had a couple years during COVID where we just Zoom called for Super Bowl.
Yes.
And it's always been at their house because
Yes.
I think the first time we went over there, they had gotten a new TV. And this is the first time that we're hosting the Super Bowl gathering because this time we have a new TV.
Yes.
Yeah, Big Mac wants to see the Super Bowl on our new TV, so we're gonna put on the game and have some chips and dip and.
We're gonna let it fly.
That's right.
We
knows what might
We got
happen.
4 or 5 bags of chips. We're gonna get some pizza. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yes.
So I didn't even know who was playing until I looked it up today. I have to be
Yes.
honest, I'm not a huge football fan.
Yeah.
But it's the Philadelphia Eagles and
yes.
the Kansas City Chiefs.
Correct.
And usually I pick my sports team by which team is geographically closest to San Diego. So I looked it up on a map. Well, I mean, you don't really have to look it up on a map, but you can kind of see here. And just anecdotally, if you were to walk from Kansas City to Philadelphia, it would take you roughly 383 hours.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think this time I'm going to base my pick on who is closest to an ocean.
Yes.
Now, I don't know about you. We could pick opposing teams. And
No, I'm all about Philadelphia.
Okay. So I'm breaking my rule of who's geographically closest to San Diego. I'm going to root for who's closest to the ocean, and that's going to be Philadelphia.
I will point out that I'm not a huge follower of football either. I watch one football game a year, and this is it. But but recently, the Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl, and so have the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'll tell you, I mean, it's silly. The reason I like the Eagles is because of that movie with Greg Kinnear and Mark Wahlberg. It's called Invincible.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a great movie. It's about a football player named Vince Papale who is an older guy, and he works at a bar, and the Philadelphia Eagles are sucking wind, and they announce that they're going to have open tryouts for anybody. And this guy, Vince Papale, this is a true story. He goes and he tries out for the Eagles and becomes a champion.
Okay.
It's a great movie, and I love Greg Kinnear. He's a great actor, and for some reason, I like movies that have him in it, and of course, Mark Wahlberg is
always a good actor.
Yeah, Wahlberg plays the Vince Papale. Anyway, that's a great movie. It's called Invincible, and that's why I'm rooting for the Eagles.
All right, go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Okay.
And there's a song, I don't know, the Eagles have a fight song that Eagles fans know. But you know the funny, well, never mind. I'm not gonna.
Well, I don't have anything else to say. So if you have,
well, I'm not gonna start. It's just, you know, when you really go to a football game, and like it's just kind of I don't know. It's. I mean, obviously, not everybody at the game is bad.
Like.
Ugh,
I just went to Bombay Beach. That's what it looks like. All the dead fish.
This is where your T-shirt, the Bombay Beach Club.
Yeah, this is my T-shirt is for this beach, and that's what it looks like too.
Anyway, football fans, let's just be nice to each other. Folks.
Yes, everybody be cool.
So yeah, the Salton Sea. This is quite. I mean, it's quite a story. Like, this was supposed to be a resort. And if you drive out here,
I think you can probably walk it a little. There's.
Oh yeah, you can walk on.
No, I mean like virtually. If you want to walk
sure,
around
yeah, you can walk around. But if you go through, if you follow the road out to the highway, there are residential streets built with no houses. I mean,
they even put up street signs with names and stuff, and there's no houses there. They just never built them.
This was supposed to be a beach resort, but the Salton Sea was formed because there was basically a flood, and water filled in here. It's not a.
It's from the Colorado River, right?
Right. Yes.
Splash over. Is that an oversimplification to say some water from the Colorado River sort of splashed out there and?
No, that's not. I mean, there was a problem one year at the Yuma. At Yuma, there's a dam, they call it a check dam there at Yuma, and it was overwhelmed, and the Salton Sea filled up, and yeah, it really, because of the fact that it's stagnant, it's just not. And
there's all kinds of agriculture around there too. Like if you zoom back out, you can see. The Imperial Valley. Yeah, the Imperial Valley.
So all of the crap that they spray and dump on these crops washes into this basin, and it's not good. It's sort of an environmental nightmare is what it is.
Apparently there's a lot of birds who live there, and it's good for those. Well, they like it there, and they live there. I'm not sure, what the details are and how healthy the birds are, but
they have to. I mean, they have. I don't know about this wildlife refuge, but I remember growing up in the San Joaquin Valley, there was something called the Kesterson Wildlife Refuge, and at one point they had to install air horns there to scare the birds off because so much agricultural runoff was getting into the water that it wasn't good for the wildlife that was supposed to be refuging there. Anyway, we're really getting off into the weeds now. It's probably time to stop, to eat dinner. We've had a long week. We didn't get a ton of sleep last night because it was an early morning, and so on and so forth. So probably good time to say goodbye to the folks. We could sit here all night. I mean, you could hang out with us all night, but probably better call it a day here.
Yeah, it seems like it's about time to wrap it up. So thank you for stopping by, and we'll be back next week. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you later.
See you, folks.